A brand with a rich history and even richer clientele, started by an independent woman that didn't need assistance from any man. Well, not necessarily, but still a brand made for women, CÉLINE. To fully understand CÉLINE brand, I'll break up the existence of the brand into acts like an anime. I'll base it around the current head designer or creative director, similar to parts of, let's say, a JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Digging into brands with a longer, more extensive history, I think this is the format I'd like to use to address them from now on, cause it gives a larger, more holistic synopsis of the brand. That was kind of fire. The brand was started by CÉLINE Vipiana and her husband Richard Vipiana. Side note, does anybody know why the nickname for Richard is Dick? Like, honestly. The Vipianas established CÉLINE in 1945 and their business venture was simple: make baby shoes, sell baby shoes. The original logo represented the brand was a distinct red elephant silhouette created by cartoonist Raymond Peanut with a T. The brand initially only designed and sold shoes for children and eventually grew a popularity for its design, resulting in them expanding their products to women's shoes under the goal of functionality and timeless appeal. This came about in 1948 when they were experiencing enough success to open 3 more stores, which also contributed to them entering the clothing market. Vipiana, okay, side note, when I say Vipiana, most of the times, well, basically all the time, I'm referring to CÉLINE, but I'm not gonna say CÉLINE because the name of the brand is CÉLINE. So when I want you to know that it is CÉLINE the brand, I'll say CÉLINE. When I want you to know it's CÉLINE Vipiana, I'll say Vipiana. And when I want you to know about her husband Richard, I just wouldn't say anything. Okay. Vipiana believed that the garment she constructed should firstly be functional, reflecting the woman that the brand wanted to represent. Simplistic in design, independent, working, traveling, qualities that the brand emulated and attracted from their customers. According to Vipiana, dynamic and eccentric clothing is not required to display her personality. CÉLINE made the French couture sportswear aesthetic part of their identity, being regarded as a pioneer in the couture sportswear, dominating the once emerging field with wool skirt suits, fitted shirts, leather vests, pastel-colored denim, all included in the brand's first collection. Under the Vipiana's tutelage, CÉLINE accomplished a number of feats. By 1963, their first fragrance, Vent Faux. By 1966, the brand expanded to accessories such as gloves, belts, and bags. By 1973, the brand introduced the double C logo that was inspired by the Parisian landmark Arc de Triomphe, Omelette du Fromage. By the 1970s, CÉLINE went global and attained mainstream acknowledgement of having worldwide stores in Monte Carlo, Geneva, Toronto, Beverly Hills, Hong Kong, and generally most fashion hubs at that time. By 1987, the Vipianas sold 2/3 of the brand to Bernard Arnault. I think that's how you pronounce it, but he's basically the LVMH owner, which subsequently resulted in around 89 worldwide stores being constructed. Vipiana would remain the creative director of CÉLINE until she passed away, and LVMH then officially made CÉLINE a part of their collection. Within the same year of 1997, CÉLINE Vipiana passed away at age 84, and Michael Kors was announced as the new head designer and eventually appointed creative director in 1999. Boom, so we're on to Michael Kors. Michael Kors somewhat achieved a lot of the goals set out by Vipiana within this new world of 1997. Under Kors, CÉLINE became more well-renowned for ready-to-wear sportswear couture. He enhanced the desirability and recognizability, that's a long word, of CÉLINE during his tenure there. Kors specialized in the accessories, drawing a lot of attention to the boogie and pull-bot bag at CÉLINE. He left the brand in 2004 to pursue his own brand, which was, well, I could leave you to figure it out. Within the history of CÉLINE, Kors kinda gets lost, and his achievements are sometimes overshadowed by the amazing things that Philo did with the brand. And I wouldn't say it's disrespectful, but it's just one of those things that Philo was such an amazing and big figure, even inside CÉLINE and outside of CÉLINE, that the things that she did kind of overshadowed what he did. However, in reality, he deserves a comparable level of praise as he did take the brand from a staggering point in Céline's history, but soon they would return to the void after his departure in 2004. Now, Céline's history has a gaping black hole in the middle of its timeline, from 2004 to 2008. Within this 3 to 4 years, Céline went through two designers, Roberto Manischetti and Ivanka Omazik. I am tired. I am tired of pronouncing names. I won't say they are bad designers. Hear me out. I won't say they are bad designers. But they weren't good designers, for Céline at least. This is like one of the rare instances, the very rare instances where it's not you, it's me kind of applies, I think. To be honest, personally, I was not that impressed with Manichetti's Spring 2005 collection, and I didn't really look past this. Like, I didn't really look at the collections after this one, because it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Just like, there's your first introduction and you wasn't impressed, so you was like, you know what, I'm good. It felt kind of bland and a bit too stripped down. It's like eating a bread sandwich, like just bread, like bread on top, bread below, and like bread in the middle. To be fair, because I am nothing if not a fair man. He did launch his own brand in 2004, and I'm sure that was taking a lot of mental capacity, so maybe that was the reason for his performance at Céline. Omazik, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, stayed at Céline for 2006 to 2008, and from what I saw, this was the biggest position within fashion she has been given thus far, and she failed to transform the brand in a way that Céline or LVMH desired. So here comes Phoebe Philo. Phoebe Philo is the first name that comes to mind when you think or Google Céline. Well, second to Dion, but you know what I mean. Philo just came off a 2-year sabbatical and took on the role of artistic director of Céline. Phoebe Philo, for a lack of better words, embodied the essence of Vipiana, holding similar sentiments towards women garments, femininity, minimalism, functionality, which at the time was not necessarily a brand new thing for Céline, but the reinstallment of the roots of the brand through the perception or the new vision that is Phoebe Philo. Throughout her collections, she used inspiration from Vipiana's collections, making her own simplistic and chic takes on the garments. From 2008 to 2018, Philo created 17 collections with Céline, and seeing as art is subjective, everyone may have their list of favorite collections, but this is my channel, nigga. So, my favorite collections are the Spring 2010, the Spring 2018, and the Fall 2010. That one in particular, from the monochromatic nature to the big buttons to the high leather boots, and the use of materials such as wool, linen, and leathers. I liked it. Her Spring 2010 collection also offered a plethora of experimental subtle shapes, simplistic garments, and an array of fabrics. Philo is documented stating her dissatisfaction with the over-sexualization of women within the fashion industry and aims to change that in whatever way she can. In addition to her time at Céline, Philo has made many impacts on fashion during her career, but that is probably for a separate video that I promise to get to but never do. 2018 marked the appearance of the final boss of Céline fan base, Hedi Slimane, another designer deserving of a nutshell video just based around him. Since his departure from Saint Laurent and his arrival at Céline, fans of Céline have been dissatisfied with the approach he has taken thus far with the brand. Firstly, a lot of the female customers of Céline, which is the vast majority of their market, question the hiring of Slimane as the artistic director of Céline because he would not be able to understand the aesthetic and structural needs of women or something along those lines. I'm not too sure. To be fair, when he started working, he did not make it easy for himself either. The name of the brand was slightly altered, and by slightly I mean the accent over the first E was removed. As a result, that created an uproar of hussy fuss, and as well as him bringing a carbon copy of the aesthetic he had at YSL, disregarding the way paved by Philo. Hedi Slimane is a highly successful designer, developing and mastering his aesthetic at Dior and YSL. He's basically the person responsible for the skinny all-black YSL aesthetic that has become a staple within fashion. 6'2" model, 100-pound soaking wet, skinny denim or leather, slim fitting, flowy shirt and jacket, leather sleek boots, long straight hair or dreads, you know the aesthetic. His appeal has reached a massive audience within the fashion community, garnering a cult-like devoted fanbase comparable to Rick Owens, Yoji and Raf Simons. However, one problem with this: the general CÉLINE fanbase does not care and is still dissatisfied with the work that he has done thus far, and honestly, I understand both sides. One given the opportunity to bring a fresh change to a brand, while the other side was contented with how things were already and is dissatisfied with the current change taking place. Me personally, nobody asked for my opinion, but I actually like the collections that he's done thus far with CÉLINE. Apart from the TikTok collection, I don't know what that was. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he had me up until then, but then I don't know what that was. Anyways, I like the work that he has done thus far, but the frustrations of the CÉLINE fanbase is valid, so I do understand their frustration. With that being said, what is in store for the future of the CÉLINE brand? Well, I'm not sure, to be very honest, but we'll see. And yeah, this has been another video by Nighttime made in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for watching.